happens in the quiet moments. Maybe you're driving alone. Maybe it's 2 in the morning and the world is asleep. Or maybe you're just staring at your ceiling, listening to the silence of your room. And suddenly there it is, the pull, the phantom weight of their memory. You miss them. Logically, that they were not good for you. You remember the exhaustion, the confusion, the pain. Your friends have told you to move on. Your own mind has given you 100 reasons why it had to end. And yet, your chest aches for them. You feel an overwhelming urge to reach out, to check their social media, to just hear their voice. You think this means you are still in love. You think this means they were the one and you made a mistake. But what if I told you this isn't love? What if the reason you miss them has nothing to do with romance and everything to do with the hardwiring of your brain? Let's look at the reality of your experience. When you were with them, you rarely felt safe. Their affection was unpredictable. One day they were everything you ever wanted, warm, attentive, intoxicating. The next day they were cold, distant, cruel. You walked on eggshells. You analyzed every text message. You changed the way you spoke, the way you acted, just to keep the peace. So why, now that you are finally safe from that chaos, do you feel an agonizing sense of loss? Psychologists call this phenomenon euphoric recall. When a relationship ends, especially a turbulent one, your brain deploys a psychological defense mechanism. It begins to selectively filter the screaming matches, the cold shoulders, the nights you spent crying. They become blurred. Instead, your brain highlights the golden moments, the laughter, the way they looked at you when things were good. You are experiencing a deep cognitive dissonance. Your rational brain, the prefrontal cortex, holds the logic. It knows the truth. It holds the spreadsheet of their toxic behaviors. But your emotional brain, the amygdala, does not care about spreadsheets. It only remembers the intensity. It remembers the highs. And right now, your body is confused because the logic of your mind does not match the craving in your chest. If you are feeling this way right now, I need you to hear something very clearly. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not tragically destined to love someone who destroys you. You feel this way because your brain is functioning exactly as it was designed to. It is trying to protect you using millions of years of evolutionary programming. You are not missing a person. You are missing a state of familiarity. To understand how to break free from this, we have to stop looking at this through the lens of a romantic tragedy and start looking at it through the lens of cognitive science and neurochemistry. Let's talk about your nervous system. The human brain has a singular driving goal: homeostasis. Homeostasis means balance, means the familiar baseline. But here is the trick that traps so many of us to your brain. Familiar does not mean healthy. If you grew up in a chaotic environment, or if you spent a long time in a toxic, unpredictable relationship, your nervous system adapted. It learned to associate love with high stakes, with anxiety, with the constant anticipation of the next shoe dropping. Your baseline shifted. Chaos became your homeostasis. When you were with them, your body was constantly pumping cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones. You were in a perpetual state of fight or flight. But mixed in with that terror were moments of profound relief. When they finally apologized or gave you a crumb of affection, your brain released a massive flood of dopamine and oxytocin. This creates a psychological trap known as intermittent reinforcement. In the Woozers, behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner ran an experiment. He put rats in a box with a lever. When the rats pressed the lever and got food every single time, they only pressed it when they were hungry. They were calm. But when Skinner changed the rules, so the lever only gave food, sometimes unpredictably, at random intervals, the rats lost their minds. They became obsessed. They pressed the lever endlessly, frantically, completely ignoring everything else in their environment. Unpredictability spikes dopamine. A partner who is emotionally inconsistent is a human slot machine. They trained your brain to become addicted to the possibility of a reward. So when they are gone and you are sitting in your quiet, safe, peaceful room, you are not experiencing heartbreak. You are experiencing chemical withdrawal. The sudden drop in cortisol and dopamine leaves your nervous system completely disoriented. The quiet feels dangerous. The peace feels boring. Your brain is screaming for its drug, and that drug is the person who broke you. Understanding this is the first step. But how do you rewire a nervous system that is addicted to chaos? Here are 4 psychological principles to anchor you when the cravings hit. First, decouple the craving from the person. When you feel the overwhelming urge to reach out, do not judge the feeling. Observe it. Say to yourself, I am experiencing a dopamine withdrawal. You move the experience from the emotional center of your brain back to the rational prefrontal cortex. You take away the romantic illusion. They are not your soulmate. They are a neurochemical habit you are currently breaking. Second, normalize the boring baseline. Right now, peace feels empty. A healthy, quiet evening feels like something is missing. You must actively teach your nervous system that safety does not require adrenaline. Do not rush to fill the void with distractions, drama, or another chaotic person. Sit in the quiet. Let the boredom exist. Over time, your brain's thermostat will reset. The quiet will stop feeling like a void and start feeling like a sanctuary. Third, grieve the phantom, not the reality. When you miss them, ask yourself, who exactly am I missing? Chances are, you are not missing the person who manipulated you, ignored you, or made you cry. You are missing the potential of who you thought they could be. You are grieving an illusion. It is okay to mourn the dream you had, but do not confuse the dream with the person who actually sat across from you. Fourth, engage in somatic grounding. Because this is an addiction rooted in the body, you cannot just think your way out of it. You have to physically regulate your nervous system. When the memories flood in and your chest tightens, change your physical state. Take a walk in the cold air. Submerge your face in ice water. Do deep, prolonged exhales to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Show your body, physically, that you are safe in the present moment. To tie this all together, I want you to imagine a simple mental model. Imagine you lived for years in a house built in the middle of a permanent hurricane. You spent every waking moment boarding up windows, patching the roof, and bracing for the wind. It was exhausting, but it gave you a profound sense of purpose. You knew exactly what you had to do every day, survive the storm. Now, imagine someone pulls you out of that hurricane and places you in a quiet, sunny meadow. At first, you won't feel relief. You will feel panic. You will look around, waiting for the wind. You will wonder why you aren't boarding up windows. The sun will feel harsh. The silence will feel deafening. You will miss the storm, not because the storm was good for you, but because the storm is what you knew how to navigate. You are currently standing in the meadow, looking back at the dark clouds on the horizon, wondering why you feel drawn to them. It is okay to look at the storm. It is okay to acknowledge that a part of you remembers the thrill of the wind. But you do not have to walk back into it. Every day you choose the quiet, your brain heals a little more. Every time you feel the craving and you choose not to act on it, a new neural pathway is built. It takes time. The echoes of the past will fade, not all at once, but slowly, softly. You are going to be okay. The peace feels strange right now. Let it be strange. You do not need to forget them entirely. You just need to outgrow your need for them. And you are already doing it right now, just by being here.